Much like votes of 2016, the Dutch election is not shaping up around traditional party lines. There is a big populist aspect, an anti-immigration aspect, and an anti-EU aspect. In fact, the anti-EU Party for Freedom, led by the controversial Geert Wilders, is likely to win the most seats. And Wilders is perhaps the most extreme of Europe's various populists. He stands against Islam, immigration, and the EU, and his main slogan is "Make the Netherlands ours again." However, Dutch politics is diluted with a proportional electoral system. Thus, whilst Freedom may become the largest single party, it's unlikely to win more than around 30 of the 150 parliamentary seats. Holland always has the need for coalition governments, and the other mainstream parties have ruled out coalition with Freedom. Thus, it's highly unlikely Geert Wilders would become Prime Minister. The favourite is current Prime Minister, the pro-EU Mark Rutte. The three favourites ahead of Wilders are all also pro-EU. If the Netherlands were to have an EU referendum, most polls suggest it would be close, with Remain slightly ahead. But an EU in-out referendum materialising in the Netherlands is not expected, given the fact that Wilders is likely to be excluded from coalition formation discussions. Either way, of course, Courtney, big focus coming on Wednesday, and it's hard really to see much progress this week in terms of things like European assets until we get through it.
Very interesting. There's just so much going on in Europe, and that's just the first of many. Well, tensions flaring over the weekend between Turkey's president and the Dutch government. President Erdogan accusing the Dutch government of behaving like Nazis. This after the Dutch stopped the Turkish foreign minister from landing there for a rally yesterday and then escorted the Turkish family minister out of the country, citing risk to public order and security. The move by the Dutch comes ahead of this week's crucial election, in which immigration, as Wilfred just mentioned, is a major topic of contention.
And this over the weekend has helped Wilders a little bit at the margin in terms of the polls. I mean, the trend of the last 2 weeks or a month has seen him slip a little bit, and Mark Rutte, the mainstream existing Prime Minister, gain, and over the weekend that's just been offset a little bit because of this Turkish immigration story.
Wow.
Right, another big European political news this week. The Brexit bill will be voted on in both houses of Parliament today. If it passes, the UK government could trigger Article 50 as early as tomorrow. Meantime, there's also talk that Nicola Sturgeon may be about to call for a Scottish independence referendum as early as today. Theresa May and the UK government in Westminster are the only ones, though, that can grant Scotland another referendum. Sturgeon doesn't have the power herself, but she can create a lot of pressure in and around the topic for one to be granted. And I'd just say, as well as the Bank of England meeting this week, Courtney, it was a lot of potential risks against the British pound. And again, the question, like we were talking about at the Fed earlier, is what's already been priced in, because it's pretty much certain the bill will get passed, if not today, later this week. And so Article 50 will be invoked fairly soon, perhaps, as we say, as early as Tuesday. The question is, when that is actually done, do we see a weakness in the pound off the back of it, or is that already priced in? But certainly a lot of political headline risk to come across Europe this week.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.